Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. In our last episode, we took care of Alduin. We ventured to Sovngarde, teamed up with some ancient Nord heroes, and absolutely took out the trash. So, having saved the world, Marius now needs to think about trying to plan for retirement. Let's head back to the farm and see about getting ourselves situated to start making a little bit more of a regular home. We are going to go through and grab ourselves a whole bunch of these building materials. Oh, actually, you know what? Before any of that, let's we're going to lighten our load a little bit. Since we don't need to be carrying a whole bunch of this different stuff with us. All these weird animals and those weird bugs. I had the wrong shield equipped that whole time. I am absolutely useless. Oh, nope. We'll keep those. Okay, so now we're going to get ourselves some building materials together. And we are going to pick out one of our homesteads and actually build a house. Which is something I kind of expected to have done by now, but kind of out of sight, out of mind. Alright, we're going to need definitely a bunch of glass. We're going to need, actually, we're probably going to have to go back and forth a few times. Quarried stone, there's plenty of there on site. Straw, we always need lots of straw. Gonna need lots of leather from all that stuff. Gonna go through, yeah, we need locks. Gonna need lots of iron. Okay, yeah, there's a little too much. Let's, we'll deposit, you know, we got some of the stuff like this ebony ore that we're not gonna need. We'll leave a good chunk of our iron here. You know, as I mentioned, we'll probably have to make multiple trips, and that's okay. Alright, so in terms of which home to make, or which home to get, we've got a couple of choices. We have Lakeview Manor, which is here in Falkreath, where we are the Thane, of course. We have Helyarkin Hall, which is up here. I think this is called the Reach, which has a really nice view out over this area. I'm sorry, I think that's the Pale. I don't remember what each region's called. And we have Winstead Manor, which has a nice view over a gloomy swamp. So out of those, I think I'm going to go with Lakeview Manor for right now, because I am the Thane of Falkreath. I have spent the most time doing stuff there. So this is where we are going to make ourselves a nice little permanent home for Marius the Paladin. We have our beginner's guide to homesteading. That's all good and fine. Hey, look, and we got a bunch of stuff. Alright, let's make ourselves a house. House. And I think between this and like the stuff that I brought over, I'll have enough to make the whole house. Okay, and I absolutely want to make sure I have a smelter out here. And I think that's it for starters. Now, we're going to want to make a main hall. And I don't know if I'm going to have everything I need for the main hall. Cool. All right. Not bad. Now we will make ourselves, let's go with... Interesting choice. Let's go with an armory. And that'll give us some mannequins we can use to show off some of the cool stuff that we've collected. Oh, alright. Now we need sawn logs. Alright, so the good news is sawn logs are one of those things where we can literally throw money at the problem. Let me deposit a bunch of this real quick. And I'm going to make a couple of trips back and forth to the plantation and move all of like my iron, some of my construction supplies I'm going to need. And now that we've taken care of the vampires, the cultists, and the dragons, I might not even get attacked. What a concept. And I'm actually going to take a second here, in between little movement trips, to deposit a whole bunch of stuff that I don't really need to be carrying with me into my various stashes. And the real purpose here is just going to be to clean up my inventory a little bit. Not only to save weight, but just so I've got less clutter inside of my inventory. Oh, you know, like a lot of these soul gems and stuff, I really don't need to carry with me at the moment. And by depositing them back here, it's just going to be less stuff that I have to scroll through when I'm going through looking for all these crafting ingredients. So I'm going to take a minute, clear this nonsense out. It looks like I got to make a quick round of vendoring. And then we will continue with moving our stuff. So another thing to notice quickly is that since we've been using the Steed Stone, basically this entire game, our armor is not weighting us down. So, you know, you saw I just dumped like all my potions and ingredients and stuff like that. I'm only weighing in at 79. So I've got a considerable amount of spare weight that I'm going to be able to use to move around like quarried stone and things like that. It's going to make some of this stuff quite a bit easier. And you know, the homesteading that we're going to be doing really is kind of like a whole mini game in Skyrim all by itself. You going to let me talk to you, buddy?
Good morning. Take a look.
All right, so let's do a round of vendoring.
Is it true what they say? There was a dragon held captive in Whiterun and you released it?
Yup.
By the gods, man. Why?
Seemed like the good thing to do at the time. If you really want, I could always summon him over here for you to say hi. But that wouldn't be a very nice thing for me to do. So what I need to do next is I need to procure myself a generous quantity of sawn logs. Now, you get these by going to these mills. And there's a couple of different things you can do. You can throw money at the problem and just pay for, like, I think it's 200 gold for a stack of logs. Or you can run some errands for these folks and run the lumber mill yourself. I am just going to throw money at the problem. And I've chosen to come see this lady.
Get an axe and bring me all the wood you can chop.
Because if memory serves... Uh-oh. Oh, come on. I thought we were done with this. Ugh. I guess we're not done with this. Well, like I was saying, the reason I chose this particular lady is, if memory serves, like, her husband died. And she's out here a widow with a kid. So that's someone in a bad spot. That's the kind of person Marius likes to help out. But knowing my luck, she's going to get killed here. Alright, maybe not. That dragon's over there.
You're not afraid you'll set fire to something? Doing some building, eh? We can deliver it. I'll have them hauled over right away. Doing some building, eh? I'll have them hauled over right away. Good day.
Oh, the dragon is fighting a giant. Well, isn't that special? And is the giant coming to fight me? Or is he just going for a walk? Yeah, I'm just going to let that play out and not deal with it. I'm just going to buy a bunch of logs.
I used to have 5 good men who worked them. Doing some building, eh? We can. I'll have them hauled over right away. Doing some building, eh? I'll have them hauled over right away. Doing some building, eh? I'll have them hauled over right away. Doing some building, eh? I'll have them hauled over right away. Doing some building, eh? I'll have them hauled over right away. Doing some building, eh? I'll have them hauled over right away. Doing some building, eh? I'll have them hauled over right away. Doing some building, eh? I'll have them hauled over right away. All right, then.
Alright, so I helped out somebody who was in a rough spot. I am going to try and maybe see if I can just run from this stupid dragon. Is it going to let me fast travel? It is. Alright. I am going to leave that dragon and the giant fighting each other. And it sounds like, from that music, maybe the dragon followed me. I hear shouting in the background. I see a dot on the map. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's like glitched out or something? Alright. Well, the music stopped. Anyway, let's see where we were. Ah, yes, we need nails and all that. So let me, actually, you know what? Let me do this. Grab a whole bunch of quarried stone and deposit that. And we're going to need that for a whole bunch of stuff here. And I think there is a... Excuse me. Okay. I don't know what was up with that. But I think there's a clay deposit around here somewhere. Because the clay deposit ends up being used for, I think, like, building foundations or something. There we go. Alright, so we got a whole bunch of clay. I'm just going to grab all of this, carrying way too much to run. Alright, we built our armory. Now on the other side... Oh, whoops. We have storage, alchemy tower, or a trophy room. I'm kind of leaning towards the trophy room. Because we certainly have quite a few trophies. Alright, we have built ourselves a trophy room. Now for the last one, we've got bedrooms, an enchanting tower, or a greenhouse. So I'm kind of thinking I want to go with the enchanting tower because we've already got bedrooms that are in the main hall. And the enchanting shower just kind of looks cool. Not that I'm really going to need it, because, you know, we're preparing for retirement here. Okay, so we've built everything out of that. Now, what I need to do, let me deposit all of this extra stuff we don't need. Be just a minute. Now we need a steward. And I think I saw someone wander in here who might have been my house Carl from Falkreath? Maybe?
Honored to see you again, my Thane.
I need a steward. Interested in the job?
I'd be honored to be your steward. You've built a fine steading here.
Thank you. I'd like to throw some money at the problem.
Certainly. What did you have in mind? Very good. I'll see about... Certainly. What did you have in mind? It would be pleasant to have... Certainly. What did you have in mind? I'll keep an eye out for a good cow to... Certainly. What did you have in mind? I'll see to it at once.
And I'm also going to throw some money at the problem and have you do some furnishing.
Of course. What room would you like? Very good. I'll make... Of course. What room would you like? Very good. Of course. What room would you like? Very good. Of course. What room? Very good. I'll make all the arrangements.
And I'm going to convert the small house into an entry room, which I forgot to do out here. Yeah, remodeled the house into the entryway. And I think that just automatically happens. And if so, I'm going to throw some money at the problem.
What do you need, my Thane? Of course. What room would you like? Very good. I'll make all the arrangements.
You do that.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am the bard Llewellyn, known as the Nightingale. Your steward has arranged for me to take service with you.
Good.
All
Until
right,
next
then.
time.
Now I need to do a few things. I need to pass a little bit of time in order for all of the furnishings and everything I just paid for to show up in there. I also need to head back to the farm and start moving some of my stuff in here. But that's going to have to wait until after some of the furnishing is done, because it's going to set up like mannequins and whatnot in the trophy room. The one thing we can't just throw money at is the basement. So I'm going to have to do some furnishing of my own down in the basement. And I don't know off the top of my head what we're going to need. So I'm just going to bring a whole bunch of this stuff with me. And we will find out. Okay, so we want to furnish this basement. Because if we don't, eventually it gets infested with like skeevers and stuff. And that's not really any fun. We can make an aquarium in here? I've never seen that. That must be new. Nice. All right. All right, and it looks like I need locks. A whole bunch of locks. Leather strips as well. That's what we need all the goat horns for, is the sconces. Alright, it looks like we also need a whole bunch of leather strips. Leather strips and locks. So where's that? Oh, there's a whole other chamber. Look at this. This has got to be new for the anniversary edition. I've never noticed this extra side room off of the basement before. Nice. All right, looks like we need quarried stone. Is that going to give us more fish tanks? That's awesome that we can make an aquarium. How fun is that? All right, so we need quarried stone, leather strips, and locks, and we need lots of all of it. Luckily, we have the means to get most of that pretty much right out here. I think I've got a tanning thing. I can tan some leather. And I should be able to do some locks without a whole lot of fuss. I thought I had a leather thing out here. Alright, well, I guess let me head back to the farm. Minor detail. Gather some of our materials from in here. Alright, we need... How do we not have any corundum? Because we need that to make locks. I may actually have to go mine some. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me check enemies nearby. Come on, really? What is nearby? Can I just, like, crouch and hide from it? I guess I can. Alright, that's good. That's what I was looking for. Let's go to Riverwood and hope that dragon doesn't follow us. Because I'm going to check and see if our good old friend, the blacksmith here, has restocked his supplies of ingots and stuff I can take. Because he occasionally, I think, has, like, corundum stuff. Or maybe not. Maybe it's all just iron and steel. Figures. Maybe the Riverwood Trader is going to have some stuff I can buy? Because we need some locks. And I don't remember off the top of my head, like, where a good place to mine corundum ore is. It's sort of one of those things that you don't need very often. You might have something to buy.
Don't go setting the place.
Take a look. Aye.
Alright, let's check the Riverwood Trader, and I think Bits and Pieces occasionally has some good construction materials.
It means so much to us to have the claw back where it
Thank you
belongs.
so. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Carrying too much to run? Come on. Alright. What can I sell you? Oh.
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
I know what I can sell you. I can sell you a bunch of quarried stone. Because I can just go collect a whole bunch of that.
Till next time.
Without any issue. So I'm going to make a quick round of vendor visits, to see if I can purchase some additional corundum and locks. So this will be just a minute. Okay, so now we finally got all of our locks and hinges and stuff all set. Oh, and I forgot clay. I spoke too soon, but at the very least, I guess I can build the rest of this stuff. Yeah, and I made a shrine, or a base of a shrine, I guess, that I can put, you know, like a shrine to Kinnereth on or something. That's always nice. But I was dumb and forgot clay. So let me run out here.
No sign of them.
Okay. Like I was going to say, let me go get some of this. And again, I'm carrying too much to run. So I will speed this up a little bit. Alright, so we have things, I believe, about as furnished as they can get until a little bit more time passes and they're done upstairs. Let me see. Large fish will be placed in the fish tank. I don't have any fish. But that's interesting. I will have to go grab some fish from the farm. Again, I didn't realize you could even make aquariums. So that's kind of a cool discovery. But one of the things, let me also just open up here. Nice. One of the other things I'm kind of curious about is how long it's going to take to make like the mannequins and the trophies and stuff. Because I don't feel safe moving some of like my unique items and everything over from the farm until that's done. Because I always worry in Skyrim with like things in areas that change. I always worry that, you know, something I place like on a mannequin or in a chest is going to vanish when, excuse me, when that area gets to like the next phase or whatever, you know, when it gets upgraded, excuse me, a little further. Okay, yeah, this is all cooked. I think here I'm going to have some raw fish. Yeah, so I was saying about this place getting infested with skeevers. Stupid things. Anyway, I don't think, it doesn't look like I have... Okay, I do. I can only put large fish. Alright, I don't know what counts as a large fish. Let me try the small fish in here. Hey, nice. Nice. I legit have some like little aquariums going. I'm just going to venture like a wild guess that probably is part of the fishing DLC that was added with the anniversary edition, and I've just never noticed. Maybe I can put some... Nope. I thought I might be able to put some fish eggs in there and like they'd hatch or something, but I guess not. Still, nice little exercise. All right, so now in addition to needing to pass a whole bunch of time...
What can I do for you?
Honored to see you again, my Thane. The Jarl has recognized
Oh.
you as a person of great importance in the hold. A hero.
Yeah, it's not what I was looking for you to do. I wanted to
Alright,
see...
then.
Alright, you haven't furnished a bedroom yet.
Yes?
Of course. What room would you like me to furnish?
I'd like you to furnish all of it, but you're slacking. I think up here
I'll take my leave then.
might be the table to make like beds and stuff. Alright, I just need to grab some nails. It looks like I've already got the straw and the leather strips that I need for that. And I can easily grab some nails from down in here. Just for good measure. Whoop. A little caught up on the debris. Because I'm honestly not sure if that second floor is going to get furnished by the steward or not. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself like just a basic bed. There. See what I can do with some of this stuff. I need a lock.
I am your sword and your shield.
Well, you can be my sword and my shield all you want, as long as you hurry up and start furnishing these rooms.
Long life to you, Thane.
Okay. I finally got, like, a home of sorts. And eventually it'll actually start to get furnished over time. So now, what I gotta do is, I gotta find myself a good wife and kids, because you gotta retire with a nice little family. So I think in one of these chests somewhere, I have an Amulet of Mara kicking around. Which is kind of what we do to, like, show people that we're looking for marriage. And in Skyrim, marriage is something that people do just, frankly, kind of haphazardly. Oh, didn't want that. I'm just grabbing some extra construction materials, just in case. Just in case I find myself able to construct some... Oh, a little too much. Construct some extra, like, trophies and stuff over at the Lakeview Manor. Alright, so now I gotta go sifting through all of my containers here. Looks like I can send these pets. Over to the other home. That's not bad. And I'm not going to send the skeever or anything, because the rest of the stuff is really weird looking. And I don't want to get confused and kill it by accident or have a family member kill it or something. Alright, let me go through. I know I've got to have Amulet of Mara somewhere. There we go. Alright, so now we gotta go walking around with our Amulet of Mara on and randomly see who wants to get married. So I'm vaguely aware that there's like a finite number of NPCs that are willing to marry you. And I don't remember too many of them off the top of my head. I think Isolde in Whiterun that we got the mammoth tusk for, I think she's someone who will marry you if you just randomly walk up to her on the street and propose marriage out of nowhere. Because, I mean, what else would you do with someone you barely know? Is that her?
Met traveler.
It's a fine day with you around. Farewell. Once I've made... Yeah, it's got to... Worst thing is, nobody wants them in the cities. Reputation... A few bad apples spoil the bunch. About the... Way I hear it, elsewhere ain't nothing like Skyrim.
Oh, you know what I think I actually have to do? I think I have to go to Riften and talk to the priest and have the conversation to confirm that you can actually marry someone. I could be wrong, but I believe that is the case.
New in town, eh?
My skill in battle is unmatched. Fortunately for you,
What's your
that
problem?
skill can be bought.
Looking for work? I need someone to deliver a message to Sibby Blackburn.
I don't want anything to do with anything that anyone in Riften is going to be willing to hire me for. Because this place is just a den of thieves and thugs and cutthroats.
Blessings of Mara upon you. Wonderful. Mara is the... We also perform wedding ceremonies for all the loving... Yes, if you were ready, of course. Typically, a person who is looked... When another person shows interest and the two agree to be together, Mara's domain... It's difficult to appreciate her gifts in these dark times. But you should consider her light a beacon in the storm.
Okay, I think that might open up the conversation dialogues. That will let me randomly propose marriage to random folks out on the street. Because how else would you do it? Whoop. Oh, and you know what? I can probably take this level up that I've been sitting on for who knows how long. There, I'll do Magicka for the first time. How's that? That doesn't really matter for right now. I'll just save the 2 perk points. Alright, and I gotta find...
Well met, traveler.
Oh, you!
What are you... Boys, girls, dogs, elders. There's nobody I won't fight.
Alright, one of these little kids is adoptable, too. That's the other thing we gotta do. I thought it was her.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire, and I'll send someone over.
Need something?
Yes, I need a wife.
Is there something I can do for you?
What can I do for you?
His raw fury's fire, and his scales sharpen scythes. Men ran and they
Is that an amulet of Mara? I'm surprised someone like you isn't spoken for.
Interested in me, are you? Huh?
Well, yes. Why wouldn't I be? Are you interested in me?
Well, you're standing here, so sure.
It's settled then. Brief as life can be in Skyrim, at least we'll have each other.
Cool. So we randomly proposed marriage like before even going out on a date with this lady who barely knows me. All she knows is that I brought her a mammoth tusk, and all I know about her is that she wants to be a Khajiit merchant. I totally have no idea that she's secretly like a skooma-dealing drug addict. But, you know, it's all good. Marius the Paladin has lots of good restoration spells, so, you know, he can help out with that.
Blessings of Mara upon you. You wish to be married? It's good to see love blossoming even during these difficult times. Your wedding will be held tomorrow, from dawn until dusk. Don't be late. You don't want to miss your own wedding.
That's right, I don't. So
May you return to her benevolent.
I am going to save to make sure I don't screw up the timing. I've only actually done the marriage thing in Skyrim one time, and I think you have to go tell the person that you've made the arrangements before it'll actually happen, but I don't remember for sure.
Well met, traveler.
She's still here hanging out at the inn?
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Do you have a bride? Alright, she's not here. I think she has a house here in the city, doesn't she? Well, I'm not going to pick the lock. I guess I'm going to hope for the best. And just wait at the temple? Hey, cool.
Proud groom now. Let's begin the ceremony. It was Mara that first gave birth to all of creation and pledged to watch over us as her children. It is from
Get
her
married
love
in
of
our
us
armor.
that we first learned to love one another. It is from this love that we learned that a life lived alone is no life at all. We gather here today under Mara's loving gaze to bear witness to the union of two souls in eternal companionship. May they journey forth together in this life and in the next, in prosperity and poverty, and in joy and hardship. Do you agree to be bound together in love, now and forever?
I do. Now and forever.
Do you agree to be bound together in love, now and forever?
Oh yeah.
Under the authority of Mara, the divine of love, I declare this couple to be wed. I present the two of you with these matching rings, blessed by Mara's divine grace. May they protect each of you in your new life together.
We're married. I guess we'll need to decide where we're living, won't we? You can always stay with me.
You know what? I've got... I guess maybe my house in Falkreath is the right answer?
Our new home. I'll see you there.
Awesome. And we're married, so you know we've got to wear our wedding ring.
Congratulations on your wedding. I'm so happy for both of you.
Thank you. You know, I noticed that like out of everything we've done and all the people we've helped, this wedding was very sparsely attended. There were like 4 guests.
It's our wedding day. I feel like all of Skyrim is focused on just the two of us.
Except that there were only like 3 people here, 4 people here. That's all right. We'll say it's a good wedding. All right, now let me go back and see if she's actually waiting for me at the house. It might not have let me pick this house. I was pretty sure it would have said Lakeview Manor specifically instead of just my house in Falkreath. But where it's not fully furnished yet, no idea. Alright, there's nobody here. There's my steward. Alright, well, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to sleep for the night, or maybe for just a couple of hours, and see if that gives maybe enough time to pass. Hey, there we go. How you doing?
It's a wonderful house, my love. If you don't mind, I'm going to start a small store. Something to do whenever you're on the road.
Go for it. Sounds great.
Hello, my love. Back from some adventure, I bet. Goodbye, my love.
Okay, well, she's nice and affectionate, I guess, even though I've brought her to this home full of animals and a bard. And that bard, don't you get any ideas, bard? Alright. Now we need to go adopt a kiddo. And I think I know just the one. There is this poor begging kid here in Whiterun who sits up under the tree. And I always feel guilty every time I go by and I don't give her a septim. And I think if we go talk to her, she'll just randomly allow herself to be adopted by some stranger out on the street. Which is not really something kids should do.
Can you be my father?
I
Mr.
can
Mr.
actually.
Coin? Really? Do you have a place I could live?
I have several. I've got a house in Falkreath. You can go hang out with Isolde.
Oh, wow. Are you sure? You really wouldn't mind?
I wouldn't mind.
Yay! Thanks, Mr. Papa. I promise I'll be the best daughter ever.
Didn't even tell this kid your name.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Thank you. Alright, so let me head back and see if the furnishing is further on. Because what I want to do is I want to get like the armor and stuff all situated.
Hello, my love. Back from some adventure, I bet.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind. I adopted a kid without asking you. I realized that was kind of a scumbaggy thing for me to do.
Goodbye, my love.
And this house is randomly, like, infested with rabbits and stuff.
Yes, my love? What do you need?
I guess I need some more time to pass. Random bloodstained book. That's great. I did throw money at this problem. Well, I guess I'm going to grab some quarried stone, and I'm going to force the issue and just build the weapon racks and stuff myself. I'll fast forward through this little process. Alright, so our little kid hasn't managed to find her way here. I am going to go check and make sure that she didn't get lost or something. But I took a minute, as you saw, and constructed the mannequins and the trophy basins in the house, since the steward was just taking way too long to make those for me. And I am going to take a few minutes and set up some trophies and move some of our armor into that armory to get some nice displays going. And there you are.
It's a shame.
I need to get my things and say goodbye to everyone. I'll meet you at home. Thanks.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm gonna clip here, and I will see you back in a minute after I am done with the decorations. Well, Marius has spent a fair amount of time decorating Lakeview Manor, so we're gonna go in and see what he's done. We had to make quite a few rounds of trips to the vendors and all that. And in the end, we didn't have anywhere near enough weapon and armor racks for all the cool stuff that we had. So we're going to start out, of course, we're displaying Orio's bow very prominently here in the front. Ruin's Edge, which is that weird, disgusting looking bow that we found but did not use. The one empty weapon rack, which was going to be for the blade sword I was using before. The Galder black bow, which I think we found in that dungeon. Random bunny. In our armory, we have, of course, Nerve Shatter, Sun's Judgment, our Crusader armor, our Crusader mace and sword, the Stormbear sword, the Woodsman's Friend, the very first axe that we got at the start of the game back in episode 1, just after escaping from Helgen. We have our Snow Elf armor, our Imperial Champion armor, our Stormcloak Champion armor. We, of course, got those from that duel out in the plains. We have the Targe of the Bloodied, that unique shield that we found, Harkin's sword, and Cirrus's saber that did an enormous amount of work for us. We, of course, have Mirok's getup prominently displayed. Let everyone know that we are the only Dragonborn. Sunder, that cool dwarven hammer we found, the Pale Blade, and of course Mirok's sword and staff. Now, if we go down into the basement, we have the outfit of Ulfric, Jarl of Windhelm. Just letting everybody know we took care of that. In the back room, we've got the Bolar's Oathblade and the Blackwater Blade. Checking out the main foyer, we of course have the Dawnbreaker on display. The Blade of Falkreath, Dragon's Oath, El's Drinker, that's the sword that we made that did quite a bit of work for us, and the Axe of Whiterun. We also have Dawnfang and Bloodthirst, those couple of weird-looking swords that we found. And as I mentioned, we haven't had anywhere near enough weapon and armor racks for all of our stuff.
Hello,
and
my love. Back from some adventure, I bet.
Seems the wife is a blacksmith. Not bad. We've got Akatosh's Talon, that cool polearm weapon I didn't use. The Staff of Yirik Galderson, the Ordinator's Shield, that did some work for us.
Need something?
Up on the second floor. Okay, that's a little weird. Okay. Up on the second floor, we have, of course, that Daedric armor that we got in single combat, but didn't end up using because it just looks too evil. And I know that you can display things in some of these cases, but they never stay in there for me. They always glitch out and like flap out onto the floor and stuff. So I haven't bothered. I've left them empty. Inside of our alchemy chamber, we have our Stalrim armor, which we went through quite a hassle to end up being able to forge, and it served us well in fighting Mirok. We have the Sanguine Rose, one of our Daedric artifacts, just casually on display on the wall. Namira's Itch, the Galder Blackblade, and Frostbiter, one of our unique swords that we found along the way. All in all, nowhere near enough racks and everything to hold all of this equipment. And of course, we also show off the Dragonbane, which we found in the temple. Now, inside... Oh yeah, little kid's happy to see me. Inside the trophy room, we're showing off Wolf, Snowbear, a Slaughterfish, big old dragon skull,
Honored to see you again, my Thane.
a hag raven, a big old saber cat, and a spriggan. Just, oh yeah, and a regular wolf.
What do you need, my Thane?
Nothing. Just for lack of anything else to show off in there. So, oh, and our little bunny, of course. Marius the Paladin has had a good run. Oh,
I like living here. The
that's
lake is
good
so
to hear.
Pretty.
He's had a good run. He's ended up rooting out a whole castle full of vampires. He cleared out some dragon cultists out in Stolsheim. Went through countless little adventures clearing out bandits, helping the people of Falkreath all over the place. We, of course, put down the Stormcloak Rebellion and saved the world from Alduin the World Eater. No big deal. So, it is about time for Marius to retire. I hope you have enjoyed watching this series as much as I've enjoyed making it. So, as always, thanks for watching.